So, Rakesh, what you know about all this stuff, Rakesh? Before going for that one, this assignment is submitted by one of my student of another batch. I have given the same assignment to them. So, where is this Aurora folder? I don't know. This was another batch. Let me show you how they have done. So, this slider I have not covered to you, and when it comes to image alignment, I will share this file with you. Hope that will help you. Okay, once I'm done with the slider, this is a slider which I have to cover in your case, and there's some misalignment also here which need to be corrected. Share this file with you. Yeah, here we go. Where it is? It's under users, it's under eDrive, and then morning batch. This will help you all, guys. Quickly. So what we were talking about, CSS, correct? Mm, so Rakesh, how many types of CSS do we have?
Three types.
We have three types of CSS. One is,
Inline,
yes,
e-
internal and
external,
external. So we have learned about inline and internal. So let's quickly look at the difference between them by taking a small example without wasting much time on that. So body we have, loads of body we have, and here we have a div. Class is there for the div. Sign div. So I'm going to write a style for this. The style is, let me give the class name as top. So class means what we have to use
uh,
for declaration of CSS.
hash and
Correct. If it is ID, we have to use hash, and if it is class, we have to use
dot.
dot.
Yeah, dot.
Right. And here I'm going to give a background color as light yellow. Something I'm trying to do here. Going to give a border 5 pixel solid black. Oh, 5 has become 50 here. And here we are. So this is text inside the div. So let me reduce the width as 300 pixel and height 300 pixel, 300 by 300, and text align is at the center. Okay, if you take it, there are many things we can do. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask next question to Raj here. Style, background, color, light, gray. So, Raj, what will be the background color in this case? Because I'm giving light yellow and I'm also giving light gray. So, what it will appear there? Which CSS will be picked in that case?
Light gray, sir, I think.
Light gray. Why?
I mean, because we use the class top, and after that we use the style background color light gray, right? So first we go to the light yellow and sorry, light gray, and the next I think light yellow.
Okay, you mean to say that it is aligned like this. Let me define CSS at the bottom.
Yeah.
Now, same.
The same, sir. I think it's same.
Perfect. So first and foremost thing is it's least bothered of where you are defining a CSS. You can define inside the body tag as well. Second point, what is inline CSS? CSS defined in a line. In which purpose inline CSS will be used? Whenever you want to override some change, in that case you will be using inline CSS. Okay. So
Okay,
when you
sir.
want to override changes, for example, you have one more div here, and you are just trying to display same thing here as well. And this div is also having a same class top inside div, and here one, here two. So what happens? So two divs are getting appeared over there, but you can feel the difference between two. One is gray in color and another one is yellow in color. Why this is gray in color? Because you are overriding a CSS by defining a inline CSS there. So when you try to override something, what happens? It will use all the properties of that specific CSS, and for specific field it will get overridden. So this is a very common question. If you want to override some CSS, then what you will do? Then we have to say we have to use a concept of inline CSS. Inline are defined for this purpose only, to override. Remove this from here and place it at the correct position. It's a good practice to define in the head tag. Is this clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions until here? Okay. Now we will be going for the external CSS. So as the name itself indicate, defining a CSS outside. Outside the box is known as external CSS. So what we will be doing is we will be removing the CSS from here and placing that one in the another file. Let me do that. I'm going for new window, new file, and I'm going to place the CSS here. So for external CSS, you don't have to go for the style tag here. If you write also, it's not a problem. You don't have to specify the style tag. Point number 2. You need to save a file with .css extension. Okay, name can be anything, but make sure you are saving it with .css extension. Point 3, it should also be in the same folder. If you want in the another folder, you have to copy the path of that. Like image, when you try to import, how absolute path you will provide, the complete path, the same thing you have to follow in this case. So what you have to do, you have to copy the CSS here and save with .css extension, and you have to save in the same folder. Point 4. So you have, I'm going to remove this CSS now. You have to call that CSS page from here. It's not like image. Image you will be importing in the same file and you will be running it. But for case of CSS, you have to call that file. It's an external file. So for that we have link link href one.css, type is also there. So like this, missing the syntax, I didn't remember. So mm, this is a path. Link type href. Href we have given one.css. What we have to give? We have to give the relative as style sheet and type equal to text by css. We need to check here. CSS. So here goes this. So can someone tell me what are the 4 points we have to remember?
I had to keep the CSS in a separate folder and save it as a .css extension,
Correct.
and then keep the link.
Perfect. So define the CSS in the separate folder with .css extension, and using link tag you have to import the CSS. So this is a way for importing a CSS, external CSS. The same thing will come with JavaScript also, how to import this one we will be learning. So now the time has come to think of which one which we should use at what point of time. At what time we should go for inline, and then internal, and then external. So Rakesh, when we should go for inline?
We want to override some.
Perfect,
We
perfect.
want to override.
Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Perfect answer. 100% correct. So when to go for internal, Raj?
Yes, when we are just coding or something, maybe that is that.
Correct. So when you have a very small page with less code of CSS, then we should go for the internal CSS. So in the same way, when we should go for external, why the external is defined first of all?
To the code to look more tidy. Yes.
Correct, correct. So for example, if you have 100 classes of CSS, and it will be very difficult if you go for the internal one. It makes code more complex. In order to separate the HTML code and styling code, we have to go for the external one. So the preferable is external always, and after that there is no doubt internal is also important. The first preferable is external, and then second one is inline, because you will be going to override some changes by defining the inline CSS. Okay, so let me give you some quick small evaluations to you, both of you guys. I'm going to. So your today's assignment will be take any one blog or website or something, study completely about CSS and HTML. Okay, there are small topics there, especially visibility, small concepts, one line concepts will be there. You please go through that, and if you have any questions, you make a list of that and send me. See, if I go with all one line concepts, no, we can't go for all this type of big assignments. How it will be is, it will be like a syllabus is over, batch is over, finish. I don't want it to be like that. At the end of the day, you should be productive. Wherever you go, you should be productive. That is my intention. So unless you make the things as a real time, you will not learn the subject. When you start working on this type of screens, so you will get the subject in a proper way. Okay, so let me
Okay, sir.
tell you once again. Take any website, go for anything. Tutorials Point or W3 Schools is also good. or CSS for freshers. There are so many websites on the web. You go for any one and complete it. So if you have any questions, you can list down and send it to me.